ADA daily chart looking nice. Look at that daily green candle. I know a lot of ADA holders are just like, give me a pound, enjoying the move. It's good to enjoy these moves. But there is so much happening in this current daily candle that I think it offers some bullish potential, but there's also really good reasons to be careful. And that's what I want to break down. I want to break down exactly what is happening in this daily candle. This is what the 6-hour candle or 6-hour chart looks like. We're looking at a 75-cent target out of the symmetrical triangle, and we're also looking at a potential 41-cent target. And both of these stories are so important in terms of what is happening with Cardano and the current price movement. So please, everybody, hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's just dive into these ADA charts. One thing I can say is this structure on the short term, much needed, and I would say even much anticipated. Now, we're about to look at a Solana chart, but this is not a Solana Cardano thing. This is an altcoin crypto thing. I've been doing these videos for quite a long time, and at any given moment, there's a lot of times this altcoin of some sort, there's no way to pick it, that will act as a leading indicator. And we've been anticipating this little move here where we have ADA making a swing high, this wick of resistance on December 9th. Now we have ADA trying to eat into that wick of resistance. We've been anticipating a move like that because of something that happened on the Solana charts back in November. So I want to take a quick clip from December 9th. This is a Solana chart, me discussing Solana, and then we're going to dive into the ADA move that is currently happening right now. Check it. Notice in this entire structure that was forming, it was pumping, going crazy, trying to pump more. You see these wicks on these candles right here, and even started eating away into those wicks of resistance. But even still, this area ended up being this structure, right? The reason why I'm painting that picture, we want that structure. We go to the ADA daily chart. Now we're getting a similar move weeks later for ADA. We get the overextension that Solana was getting in November. We have a wick. Now we're eating into the wick. It's all playing out very similar. And now we're trying to get this structure that we were anticipating for ADA. Now notice on the Solana chart, the next day, here's the move for Solana. Here are the wicks. Here's the move on the daily. Nice move. This is kind of where we are on Cardano right now in terms of the structure forming for ADA. But this is a Solana chart. Notice the next day, red candle, giving up pretty much all of these gains. I say that because I want to be mindful of the fact that ADA might do something similar. This is nice looking, right? A breakout of a short-term 6-hour, or this is actually an hourly chart. This is a very small structure. It's nice to see, and we'll track continuation. I'm going to talk about very short-term resistance in just a minute, but notice what Solana did. It was important for it to kind of keep going sideways, and this is a daily chart, pull into the 20-day moving average. And so something might be needed that is very similar for ADA. We're going to track it. But notice what we're waiting for on the bigger time scale, this is a daily, is the structure that will be here as a 20-day pulls into Cardano. So now let's talk about this for a moment. Here's the short-term structure, the very short-term. This is an hourly symmetrical triangle. There's a 75-cent target to the upside, and there's a 41-cent target to the downside. The first things first, if we put aside Solana data, put aside all that comparison, we have a breakout out of an upward trend line of a symmetrical triangle. We know our target to the upside, but what is so common is throwbacks to triangles. So on the very short term, I just think anticipating throwbacks is always key, and we're looking at 55 to 58 cents, 55 to 50 or to 60 cents really, if ADA is just going to start consolidating, right? And then maybe we get the move. That's just purely technical analysis. On the very short term, resistance to anticipate right now would be this swing high, which was the upper trend line start of the symmetrical triangle, but it's around 64, 65 cents. ADA, you can see, was just about testing that at 63 cents or so. So we're at current resistance. Now, I want to actually go back to the Solana chart because I want to paint the bigger story here that I think is way more important. The Solana setup and even this piece of structure that was forming, this structure that was forming, which is what we're looking for ADA right now, this was crucial in Solana going higher and hitting, $77, which, remember, we have this huge ascending triangle. And this allowed for Solana basically to hit its target to the upside. So yeah, we can look at hourly structure and what's going on here on the hourly, but it's the zoomed out story, because these are the pivots out of the bear market that matter. It's a zoomed out story that's important. You go to daily or you go to the weekly on Cardano, and what do we have? We have an 85-cent target to the upside. So in order for ADA to hit its macro target in a similar fashion that Solana hit its macro target, in order for that to happen, ADA really does need to hit these kind of shorter term targets, right? 75 cent on the hourly chart. So Solana did it. Solana achieved its more macro targets. Whether or not, if we go to the weekly on Cardano, whether or not Cardano can make its way to 85-cent target out of this falling, well, I should say upper trend line, but it's a descending triangle, 85-cent target. That's up for debate. That's something we're going to continue tracking. But I think Solana offers such good just analysis perspective on how it's going to happen, namely pieces of structure, support at the 20-day, and that's what we're waiting for Cardano right now. And so that could take a little bit of time. This doesn't mean we're going to go right to 85 cents. Doesn't mean we're going to go right to the shorter term target, 75 cents. There's structure that needs to be had. So with that being said, I want to also discuss downside, right? So yes, we know the case, throwback, maybe support and continuation. That also would allow the 20-day to continue just kind of cruising up towards ADA slowly. But what if all support fails? What if crypto just starts going red, and this was kind of like a short-term double top for ADA, 1, 2, starts going red, breaks the apex, no support there. This turns into a busted pattern. A busted pattern is basically like, hey, fake out bullish to the upside, we're going to hit 75 cents. And then it stalls, falls to the apex, actually cruises down to the bearish target, 41, 42 cents. What if that happens? Well, I have here a little note on the hourly, which says 50-day at around 45 cents. That's a 50-day moving average. That's an important consolidation area of structure that we're waiting for. So even if ADA from its current level falls from where it is right now to a 41, 42 cent target, that's a 30% dip for ADA to do that from where it is currently. That's not enjoyable, but I will say this, it, in my opinion, would be normal. That would be ADA on this chart, and it doesn't have to happen in one daily candle, but it would be ADA on this chart just cruising down at this incredibly crucial area, the 20-day. So pulling into the 20-day, obviously, because it's at 45 cents, but also the 50-day, right? So consolidation at these two levels, even in a bullish environment, is so needed. And I say that truly. You zoom out on a daily chart, in bear markets, it's what happens. But to the flip side, we're falling, we pull into those moving averages, pull into moving averages, pull into the moving averages, pull into the moving averages. There's the 50, right? Test it a little bit, fake breakout, pull into the moving averages. And then in the bull market, same thing. We look for cryptos to consolidate into those moving averages, but we look for support and bounces off of those areas. The same is true right now as we pivot, and we're not in that crazy bull market yet. The same is true now. We're pivoting, falling into those moving averages is important. I think it would be normal. It doesn't concern me. I know that I would absolutely enjoy just a continued move to 75 cent. I would enjoy ADA to hit the 85 cent target sooner on the macro. But look at this. Consolidation is okay before hitting macro targets. And I just want to point that out. And that's important for me. The reason I do these videos, I enjoy doing all this and I enjoy this crypto journey with you all, but I enjoy just tracking this data and tracking this journey for me and just kind of documenting it, because that's what this is. This is how I see the charts. This is how I kind of think about these markets, and I'm trying to learn these markets as well, and this is what it is. So pullbacks, throwbacks, just in the same, we're anticipating potentially revisiting for support on the hourly of this structure. You go to a weekly, the same is true, unfortunately. Beautiful breakouts to the upside, but structure back to the downside. There's that 42, 41 cent target. as the moving averages on the weekly pull into ADA important. And we're waiting still. Speaking of the weekly, we are waiting for this weekly moving average, the 20 in green, to cross that blue, the 50. Hasn't even happened yet, everybody. Last time it happened, all the way back here at Bitcoin halving at the beginning of the Cardano bull market. So this is all part of the story. It's a matter of patience when you start zooming out on the charts. And yeah, on the zoomed in, we can enjoy these moves. We can enjoy what's going on. I know I am. That's why I gave a little pound, because it's fun for me to wake up in the morning and see ADA moving back above 60. But I think bringing in reality and realistic data into the equation is incredibly important for me mentally. And so that's what I'm doing. But crazy to see the Solana move, right? Look at this Solana move, man. And what's ironic about it has nothing to do, and I just want to say, nothing to do. This is purely coincidence. Just makes it a little bit more fun. All of this wick of resistance that we're talking about, and then Solana broke into the wick of resistance. Look at where it was, around $62. Went up to like $67, then consolidated, and then hit a $77 area. That sounds a lot like where ADA is right now, 61, 62 cents, right? We have a 75-cent target. So it was $62 to 77 on Solana, and now we're at 61 cents with a 75-cent target for ADA. It's too funny. Be very interesting to see if that plays out, but that's just for fun. That's just for fun and just a coincidence. But everybody, this is what I'm watching on Cardano. Either way, I'm so bullish. I'm just so bullish on crypto. I think it's a good idea to just watch the general sentiment of crypto. That also helps to see, if crypto starts falling, we might get a better idea of what's the direction for ADA. We know where our levels are. We know our targets. And I think that's the best thing we can do in anticipating all of these things. So I appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe. Turn notifications on, everybody, because as I always say, things are they're getting exciting. And I think it's going to get even more fun. So be notified when I put out these videos. Smash that like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.